Imagine a cool autumn night. The year is 1938. Families gather around their radios. They eagerly await the next program. Little do they know, terror is about to fill the airwaves. A voice interrupts the music with breaking news. Strange lights have been spotted on Mars. Could this be a sign of life? People lean closer to their radios, captivated. Then the music stops. The announcer screams. The line goes dead. Listeners are left in stunned silence. What was happening? The answer comes soon enough, and it chills them to the bone. Martians are attacking New Jersey. What follows is a terrifyingly realistic account of an alien invasion. Explosions rock the airwaves. Martians stalk across the countryside, incinerating everything in their path. The announcer, his voice trembling, describes the chaos unfolding. For many listeners, it's all too real. The mastermind behind this audio spectacle was a young actor and director named Orson Welles. Only 23 years old at the time, Welles was already known for his daring theatrical productions. But the War of the Worlds broadcast, a radio play adapted from H.G. Wells's novel, would catapult him to a different level of fame. Welles and his team at CBS Radio understood the power of the medium. They crafted their broadcast to sound like a real news bulletin. They used sound effects to create a sense of immediacy and terror. They even interrupted their program with fake news flashes, mimicking the style of real-life emergencies. What Welles hadn't anticipated was the extent of the panic. Across America, people fled their homes, jammed highways, and flooded emergency lines. The Martian invasion, though fictional, had become terrifyingly real in the minds of many. The War of the Worlds wasn't just a radio play, it was a story that had captured imaginations for decades. Written by H.G. Wells in 1898, the novel told the story of a Martian invasion of Earth. Wells's book reflected anxieties of the time, particularly fears of technological advancement and the unknown. By the time Orson Welles adapted it for radio, the story was ripe for a new interpretation. It exposed the power of media to shape perception and the vulnerability of a society on the brink of change. The War of the Worlds broadcast wasn't just a work of fiction. It was a cultural phenomenon that revealed the anxieties of a nation. Radio days, America tunes in. To understand the impact of the War of the Worlds broadcast, we must step back in time to 1938. Radio was the dominant form of mass media. It was the internet of its day, connecting people across vast distances and shaping their understanding of the world. Families huddled around their radios each night, listening to news, music, and dramatic programs. Radio was a source of information, entertainment, and companionship. It was a powerful medium that could reach millions of homes simultaneously. In this context, the War of the Worlds broadcast had an unprecedented impact. People trusted their radios. They relied on them for news and information. When a trusted voice announced an alien invasion, many listeners believed it without question. Then and now, a changed media landscape. The media landscape of 1938 is a far cry from today's world of instant information and constant connectivity. Today, we are bombarded with news from countless sources. We have the ability to verify information with a few taps on our smartphones. The War of the Worlds broadcast wouldn't have the same impact today. We are more skeptical of what we see and hear. We have access to a wider range of perspectives and information. The gatekeepers of information are no longer limited to a handful of radio networks. However, the lessons of the War of the Worlds remain relevant. We still see the spread of misinformation and fake news, often with dangerous consequences. The power of media to shape our perceptions and influence our behavior is as potent as ever. Echoes of a Martian invasion. The War of the Worlds broadcast wasn't just a historical event, it was a cautionary tale that continues to resonate today. It reminds us of the power of media, the importance of critical thinking, and the fragility of truth in an age of information overload. While we may no longer fear Martian invasions, we face new challenges in the digital age. The spread of misinformation, the erosion of trust, and the manipulation of information are all threats to a well-informed and discerning public. As we navigate the complexities of the digital age, we must remember the lessons of the past. We must be critical consumers of information, seeking out diverse perspectives and verifying what we see and hear. Only then can we ensure that the truth, like a beacon in the night, guides us through the darkness.